Good evening. I'd like to welcome you most warmly, and I use that word advisedly, to this very special event at Dorney Lake. The representation of so many faiths is particularly poignant this year in view of the adversity we've all faced because of the pandemic, and it demonstrates our commitment to building bridges between communities. The challenges of these past months have delivered such cruel blows to so many, and we find ourselves looking to each other for emotional and practical support. We've seen demonstrations of extraordinary kindness and compassion, which have heartened the bleakest moments. And we've appreciated the enormous sacrifice which those working in the health sector have made to keep us safe.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for coming to this special service in commemoration, reflection, and hope, held in honor of those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
In the name of God, the infinitely good, the most merciful, peace be upon you all. One of the most difficult aspects of bereavement during the COVID pandemic that I have found particularly difficult to come to terms with has been in relation to the rituals relating to death and dying. The restrictions on physical presence at the bedside of a loved one passing away, the reading of prayers, the inability to express the most basic human emotions, to hold, to touch, to embrace, to kiss, to whisper the shahada in the last moments of one's loved one's life on earth. Post-death, many were buried without the ritual washing of the deceased due to the fear of infection. Although permissible in religious law because of necessity, nonetheless, this will weigh heavily on many souls.
A real privilege to be here to pay warm tribute to colleagues from many different faiths as we gather together and express appreciation for all that has been given and endured and the hope that's been imparted.
So on the 31st of December 2019, Wuhan Municipal Health Commission in China reported a cluster of cases of pneumonia in Wuhan, Hubei province. A novel coronavirus was eventually identified. As the UK looked forward to New Year celebrations, the events in China seemed too far away to have an impact on us. When I first entered my intensive care unit at the John Radcliffe Hospital, now full of patients for COVID-19, for the first time in April 2020, wearing a long-sleeved gown, a plastic apron, a hat, 2 pairs of gloves, rubber boots, and a heavy-duty face protection that resembled a gas mask, with my name written across my apron as an identifier, I was frightened. I was scared. With thanks to all of my NHS family for the utter dedication and determination to deliver care in the most extraordinary of times.
From my court in Reading, I can see the window of the cell where in 1897 Oscar Wilde wrote Epistola in Carcere et Vinculis, letter in prison and chains, better known as De Profundis, out of the depths. The opening words of Psalm 130, a psalm which speaks of suffering, but also of faith and hope. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of His hand. And until we meet again, until we meet again, may God
Elohinu Filheavatenu Anachnu Modin Lach. God of all creation, we stand in awe of you, impelled by the visions of human harmony. We are children of many different traditions, inheritors of shared wisdom and tragic misunderstandings, of proud hopes and humble successes. Now it is time for us to meet in memory and truth, in courage and trust, in love and promise.
Almighty God, we thank you for the blessings of life. We thank you for the blessings of love you have for all of us.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in.
As part of this remembrance, I'd like to express heartfelt appreciation and gratitude to all the frontline workers, the doctors, the nurses, the hospital, ancillary hospital staff that worked in dangerous conditions to care for those stricken by COVID. That many could not make it to recovery was no fault of theirs.
Listening to the chief nurse, I was reminded that humanity will get through this in the same way that it has got through every other challenge, through unity and heroism.
I can't speak for any organisation, I can speak for no one other than myself, but I do believe it's extremely important that we engage as many communities as possible in inclusive dialogues such as have been taking place this evening.
नानक नाम चढ़दी कला तेरे पाने सरबत का भला. Nanak, with your name and with your blessing, peace for everyone. Thank you.
For the caravan of famished beings, blundering on the road of existence, it is a banquet of joy which refreshes completely all who hunger for happiness. Today, I invite the world to Buddhahood and to all the happiness of the Dharma. May gods, titans, and all rejoice.
Om Maitri, Maha Maitri, Maitri Swaha. Om Maitri, Maha Maitri, Maitri Swaha. Om Maitri, Maha Maitri, Maitri Swaha.
The High Sheriffs of our three counties have come together to create this multi-faith service because we are passionate about our respective communities, and we wanted to celebrate how they've come together in so many different and wonderful ways in the service of others and in so many acts of kindness that have been so clearly demonstrated over the last 18 months.
We have come together today as citizens of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. We pledge to stand united against those who propagate hate and violence towards others. We pledge to stand united against all forms of violent extremism. We pledge to live by the values that are inherent within our traditions, values of compassion for the needy, love for the neighbour, and respect for one another. We pledge to do all we can to promote understanding, respect, and mutual love for all. Thank you.
It's been a brilliant evening of multi-faith coming together, love, understanding, respect, compassion, and it just shows what can happen when we all come together, the beauty we create together.